What if I told you most relationships don't fail suddenly, they fail quietly, slowly, and the signs were there from the very beginning, but almost nobody notices them until it's too late? Have you ever stayed in something, even when deep down you felt something was off? That gut feeling you ignored, that small behavior you brushed aside, that one moment that didn't sit right. What if those were actually warnings? Today, I'm going to break down 15 early psychological signs that a relationship won't last. Not obvious ones like cheating, but subtle patterns backed by psychology that predict failure long before it happens. And I want you to pay attention closely because one of these signs might be happening in your life right now. Sign 1. You feel uneasy without a clear reason. You can't explain it, but something just feels off. They haven't done anything wrong, but your body doesn't feel safe. Psychology calls this intuitive discomfort. Your brain is picking up on patterns, tone shifts, microexpressions, inconsistencies, even when your conscious mind can't explain it. Here's a question for you. Have you ever felt uncomfortable around someone who was supposed to make you feel safe? Drop a yes or no in the comments. Sign 2. You're always the one making effort. You text first, you call first, you plan everything. And when you stop, everything goes silent. This creates a psychological imbalance called emotional labor imbalance. One person invests, the other consumes. And over time, that drains attraction, respect, and connection. Sign 3. They avoid deep conversations. Every time things get serious, they joke, change the topic, or disappear. Why? Because emotional depth requires vulnerability, and not everyone is capable of that. Ask yourself this. Can you truly talk about your fears, dreams, or pain with them? Or does it always stay surface level? Be honest. Sign 4. You feel like you're walking on eggshells. You overthink what to say, how to act, what might upset them. That's not love. That's anxiety. Healthy relationships feel safe, not like a constant test you're afraid to fail. Sign 5. They show inconsistent behavior. Hot today, cold tomorrow. One moment they're affectionate, next moment distant. This creates something called intermittent reinforcement, the same psychological pattern that makes people addicted to gambling, because your brain keeps chasing the good moments, even when they're rare. Let me pause you right here, because if you've noticed even 2 or 3 of these signs already, then you're not just watching this video, you're recognizing patterns in your own life. And here's the truth. Understanding human behavior is one of the most powerful skills you can have. So if you want more videos that break down psychology like this in a way that actually helps you see things differently, make sure you subscribe right now, because the next videos might reveal things people around you hope you never realize. Sign 6. They dismiss your feelings. You say something hurt you, and they respond with, "You're overreacting." It's not that deep. You're too sensitive. This is called emotional invalidation. And over time, it makes you question your own reality. Sign 7. There's no real trust building. Trust isn't built by words. It's built by consistent actions. If you constantly feel unsure, if you're always second-guessing them, that foundation is already weak. Sign 8. You're more attached than connected. This one is deep. You miss them. You crave them. You think about them constantly. But when you're together, it doesn't feel fulfilling. That's not connection. That's attachment. And attachment without connection never lasts. Sign 9. They don't respect your boundaries. You say no. They push. You express discomfort. They ignore it. Boundaries are not suggestions, they are requirements for respect. Sign 10. You feel lonely even when you're with them. This is one of the biggest signs. You're physically together, but emotionally alone. And loneliness inside a relationship hurts more than being single. Let me ask you something. Which of these signs hit you the hardest so far? Type the number in the comments. I read them all. Sign number 11. Nothing is ever their fault. They blame you, their past, their mood, everything except themselves. Without accountability, there is no growth. Sign 12. Your values don't align. Attraction brings people together, but values determine if they stay. Different views on loyalty, money, future, respect eventually create conflict. Sign of 13, they keep you uncertain about the future. No clear plans, no direction, no commitment, just let's see how it goes. That uncertainty isn't accidental, it's intentional. Sign of 14, you have to shrink yourself. You hide parts of who you are to keep the peace. You act smaller, quieter, less expressive. That's not love, that's self-erasure. You're holding on to potential. This is the most dangerous one. You don't love who they are, you love who they could be. And that keeps you stuck, waiting, hoping for a version of them that may never exist. Here's the truth most people don't want to hear. A relationship doesn't fail because of one big moment. It fails because of small patterns repeated over time. And the earlier you see those patterns, the more power you have. So take a moment, think about your situation, and ask yourself honestly, am I in something real, or am I ignoring signs I don't want to face? If this video made you pause, if it made you think, if it opened your eyes even a little, then you already know this is the kind of content you need more of. Not entertainment, but awareness. So subscribe, because the more you understand people, the less they can play you. And the next video might reveal something that changes the way you see someone forever. Watch this next before you trust anyone again.